Hello everyone, this is Harbor Me, chapter 25. So Haley and her Uncle Steve have been driving in the car to upstate New York to go visit her father in prison. And if you remember last time they went, it didn't go well. They got all the way there. They drove about 7 hours and Holly's dad just couldn't come out. He was just having a really hard time and he couldn't come out and see them. And so Uncle Steve and Haley just drove all the way home. This time, when we got to Malone, my dad came down immediately and hugged me so hard, I thought my shoulder bones would crack. He and my uncle looked so much alike. No one could ever say they weren't brothers. But now my dad looked so much older. He had dark circles under his eyes and was wearing the glasses with thick black frames that he usually only put on to read. I just couldn't get myself down here last time, my dad said. I'm so sorry. I was having one of those days and it turned into the longest month of my life. I stood there listening to him. I wanted to tell him that when someone drives almost to Canada to see you, you ignore those days. You push past them. I wanted to ask him how come I knew this as a kid and he didn't know it as a grown-up. But I didn't say any of this. I just nodded, said, "It's okay. At least we're all together now, right?" Because that part was true. I thought about Esteban's father being so far away from him and him not even able to visit. I looked over at my uncle. He was standing with his hands in his pockets, his feet a little bit apart. He and my father both looked so worried and sad. I nodded and said, "I get it, Dad. Because what if next time he didn't come down again? Or what if the car accident had taken both of my parents from me and he wasn't even here for me to be mad at? What if my uncle had been in the back seat?" My dad hugged me again. His prison uniform felt the same, stiff against my cheek, familiar as daylight. I had never seen him in anything but those tan khaki pants and a tan shirt with a number on the pocket. After all those years, I should have known that number by heart. But there was so much I wanted to remember, so many stories. But his number wasn't one of them. The story of his number was one I'd lock away in a room and write on the door of that memory. The end.